Hi Cancer, how you doing? I hope everything is going well for you. I've been a little slow at getting out the videos for the signs, and I apologize for that. So this week has been a little crazy. The full moon energy has been a little wonky for me. So this is going to be mid-August for Cancer. And I'm gonna let this hair down because it's a little giving me a headache. Mid-August for Cancer. And so sun, moon, rising, Venus, if that's what you choose to do. Cross watcher, this reading may be for you as well. As I was meditating a little bit before I decided to turn the camera on, I got pick a song. I kept hearing Spirit say pick a song that is resonating in your life right now, or pick one that is the theme for your life. So I don't know what that means to each of you, but that was interesting to me to hear. And just messing with the cards here, I split them apart. King of Wands and the Magician. To me, you know, that is significant to what you're manifesting and what you're doing in life. Finding that you're, you know, very creative and passionate, and I feel like kind of going around. The words going around are coming around to me. So think about that. Think about that. The infinity symbol with the Magician really sticks out more than anything. So you may be opening a new cycle right now, putting in a lot of faith and effort into what direction you're going. So let's see what the cards are saying for you guys today. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. It's been rainy here, so this weather's been a little weird. It kind of like resembles fall right now in the eastern part of the United States. So at least where I'm at anyhow. All right, Spirit for Cancer mid-August. What do they need to know? Mid-August for Cancer, please. Whoops. Watch where you're putting your passionate energy too. Make sure it's into creative endeavors and not solely in another person right now. And I'll explain to you that in a second. All right, we're gonna take them. Go ahead and shuffle. I don't like the way those fell out. We're not gonna take those. August. Been having a little bit of a hard time shuffling. I've got some old wounds that seem to be resurfacing, so bear with me for a hot second. All right. This to me, Cancer, water energy, right? We've got the High Priestess of Water. I can't talk half the time anymore. Lust, Oath, and the High Priestess of Air. So your underlying here for this is the water. And then we've got lust. Look at those two. So to me, based upon the card alone, you know, maybe a female stepping into your power, trying to take control as well. But make sure that the High Priestess of Air, sorry guys, make sure that creative energy that you're utilizing, as we opened up with the Magician and the King of Wands, isn't obsessive, and it isn't, kind of reminds me of Scorpio energy, honestly. That it's not just being put in another person, because I feel like you're making promises to somebody else about what may be foundations, and you're taking action towards that. And this can be, I got 6 and 6 again, so, and then 4 and 4, both break down. The other ones are 4 and 4. So to me, this may be somebody coming back around for you, but make sure that this isn't just a quick rekindling, is how it is coming across to me. Lots of reds. It's a lot of passion, a lot of fire energy attached to that, just like that King of Wands to me. But make sure you're not losing sight of what's around you, or what you should be focusing on at this time, because you may be deceiving yourself in a way. It's like, oh, this seems like it would almost not happen, so I'm going to push the envelope to see where it goes. So that can be coming from a sense of our will, and kind of playing with fire sometimes. So I would be cautious of that energy as to who you're dealing with and things like that. You got a lot of wands, Page of Wands, King of Wands on the split. Let's take a look. All right, for Cancer, please. Spirit. Yeah. you're riding off of just this hard drive, it feels like, of emotion. And I feel like for some of you, you may not have felt in a really long time. The heart space may have been shut down. So it's kind of like you saved all that space for so long. You built it up. You built up this big wall, kind of maybe kept everybody out. Now all of a sudden the floodgates have dropped down, and it's like, boom, every bit of emotion, every bit of whatever has been pent up for so long is coming out to play. And not that our emotions are not good, because we need those, right? But it's also understanding where to put that emotion and make sure that it's going to the right places. Yeah, okay, so you've got Temperance and Judgment. I feel like you made a call, and when I say a call, I'm going to call it a judgment call, is how it's coming across. Like you had to taper down some energies, because it's like, I feel like the past kind of came back around to kind of make things right, is how it feels to me. And in order to do that, you had to work with somebody. You had to really be on the same page. My concern with this energy, and it's like, oh, riding off into the sunset, like victory and success and going to have it all. But my concern is it's happening so fast and so quick that it might come to a screeching halt really quickly. It's like as fast as it began and it was off to the races, it comes to a dead stop. And again, you got the Lovers, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Swords underlying those. And that to me is that you made a decision, you made a quick decision, you had to make a fast decision for some reason. And I feel like you were missing a part, or trying to get away with giving only so much. And that can cause abrupt endings. So I would be cautious with that energy. Make sure that the energy that you're playing with is coming from the right places again. All right, and let's see for future energy, please. Spirit for mid-August. All right, future energy. We'll clarify a little bit. I just kind of do my spreads based upon what feels right to me that day. So they're never really the same. It's just me going, oh, this is what feels good today. So you've got the World and the Knight of Cups. This to me feels like, so there's this past of closing, right? Like, again, holding that heart space back, not really making a whole lot of effort in a lot of ways, shutting yourself down, maybe just focused on you to a point. Then all of a sudden something comes back, something comes in. This can be soulmate, this can be kids, where it's like, okay, let's try this again, kaboom, and we're off to the races. We're going off and leading into successes. And then it's like, as quick as that cycle starts, it ends. And then it's like the need to start it back up again. You're going to have to learn to temper the energy that's associated with either this person or this situation, because to me, it's like, it's very in and out, on and off. It's almost like it cannot sustain a single speed. It's like being on the highway and you're driving down the interstate and the speed limit's 70 miles an hour, and you've got 1 second the car in front of you is going 80 miles an hour, and the next thing you're back down to 45, and then they're back up to 70, and then they're back down to 50. Like, you just can't keep an even keeled pace with this, and you're gonna have to find a way to balance that out. I think if you are able to balance that out with a given speed, it's gonna become a lot easier for this to maintain itself. But in the same time, like, I feel like you're kind of going back and forth between, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? I'm just going to hang on to what is mine. So be cautious of that. Let's do some clarifying, guys. I hope you guys are doing great. I just want to say, I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know why it's coming up now, but if you look at all the videos that I put out, my face is constantly, my hands are in a ridiculous face. We have Italian in my family, so I talk with my hands all the time. And I've thought about editing that, so who knows what, my face is going to look like whenever the thumbnail for this thing goes out. And I know that I can make my own, but so you're going to get to see all the ridiculous faces of me, so pardon them. I don't know, that just came up. I'm seeing all these faces here, and I'm like, oh yeah, my face, that was awful. All right, let's see what we've got coming out. I feel like it took a lot of effort for you. It was almost like you had to be seen. In the past, you were dealing with the need to be strong and to put in a lot of effort in ways, learning how to tame your emotions in the past. But I feel like it was kind of overkill. But then again, you're opening up the gate, but I also feel like you felt the need to be very the need to be very stable, to show yourself as very stable. Like you came into something very poised. And, you know, I kind of think of it this way, like when we meet somebody new for the first time, we want to make sure that they think that our shit's together. Like we've got ourselves together 110%. And I feel like that's how it felt initially, was I need to feel like I'm really put together. They need to see that I'm really put together, that I'm very confident and I'm stable, and I've got the material things and I've got the finer things in life that work for me, and I am set. And I'm going to give you a little bit of my love in the process of that. But you ask yourself, because I'm not saying that you're not any of those things, because I think that you are, but I don't know that you believe it as much as you're letting on. You know, it's kind of like fake it till you make it kind of energy. Not that you haven't made it there, it's just you doubt yourself sometimes. So, clarify judgment. Okay. Oh, too many cards. Got a different perspective of something. I don't know if you made a phone call to somebody or what, but it was like, again, having to tame the way you were seen. You had to get a different perspective on yourself. But I feel like whatever the situation was in the past, like you never let it go. You've carried it with you. The 9 years is coming up, and I don't know what 9 years means to you. But 9 years, maybe 9 months, but to me this feels like longer, like 9-year kind of period where you held on to this and you had to see things very differently. You had to explore things in a different way. Many times over that time period, wanting to turn around and go back to something from the past. So maybe this cycle has reopened with this person, or with, you know, situations, family, could be anything. So let's see. Got great visions for the future though. Like the vision, like you're finally letting some guard down when it comes to working with other people. You have a clearer idea of what it is, but here's the thing. Do not get caught up. Got the 7 of Wands in reverse, 4 of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the underlying 4 of Cups. I usually don't read reversals, but sometimes I just let them sit there. So either way though, like, yes, you have a clearer perception of what it is. You're mentally capable of understanding that, but my concern to this is that you're only seeing it a certain way. And when we see things a certain way, we're putting out an expectation. And we're humans, that's what we do. We paint this pretty picture in our mind of how things are supposed to go and how things are supposed to be, which is fine to a point. But to carry, to carry solid expectations, we're often setting ourselves up for disappointment in the long run. So be mindful, but just because this is the way that you see it does not mean that this is how somebody else sees it going down. So you're going to want to make sure that you're working collaboratively with them to understand where both sides are coming from. You got the 6 of Wands twice. There's a lot of potential for that success. There's a lot of abundance that sits behind the idea that you have. But you want to make sure that the other side is on the same page. And I feel like the other side might have some doubts into the present moment as to how things are going to work and pan out for the better in the long run. So to me, it's like trying to work out the fine details is how it comes across to me. Do not take swift action, though. I feel like you need, if you want this to work, a 10 of Cups on the bottom, Queen of Cups, Temperance again, that's twice. Again, balancing things out. Nothing, Rome wasn't built in a day. You don't have to do this all overnight. The dog is out. Don't worry about this overnight. Like, nothing happened overnight anywhere, overall. It takes time. It really does take time. So slow down what you're doing. Plan accordingly. Make it happen in the right, frame of time so that there aren't disappointments attached to this in the future. All right, let's clarify the world. Slow down, take it easy, enjoy it, because when we're rushing through things, we're not experiencing the moment. We're so caught up on an end result. And here's the reality, like, we when we enter something, we get this expectation, we get this picture on our head of how, again, how things are supposed to be. And we see the end result, marriage and kids and a white picket fence, or, making the top tier at work and making, $150,000 a year or whatever it is. We don't ever pay attention to the progress that we make on the in-between. And that progress is what helps to create our stable foundations. So pay attention to that. Learn to slow it down and just enjoy what it is that's happening in the moment, rather than just riding off into the sunset and everything being hunky-dory for here on out. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. All right, so for the world. I feel like if you take off too fast into this new chapter, this new beginning, you're going to get burnt out really quickly, because you're to me, you're overthinking a lot of things right now. So don't overthink it. Just let it do, because it's Seven of Cups, Two of Pentacles. There's so many options, there's so many choices behind this of how you could do things. But again, like, if you're not slowing down to see what those options are, which ones are good, which ones are great, which ones are not so great, not everything that's bright and new and shiny is meant for you. Or you can pick things in the wrong time, put it that way. So slow it. I'm going to repeat it over and over again. Slow it down. If you want long-term success, there's a need to slow things down. All right, let's clarify the Knight of Cups. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. I know I am. A long week. I needed a rest. So this may be a long distance, the person you're loving, or the person that is, or the situation might be a long distance. You may be traveling for work, maybe traveling to see this person. Because it's like, I'm hearing, I send my love. I send my love. Three of Wands, Four of Pentacles. But as much as you're sending it, you're withholding it too. So again, balancing that out. King of Cups, the Empress. So, I mean, to me, you know what you want. You know what feels good. This is a new beginning. This is very much a new beginning. The Empress, for the goddess of fertility, she is the goddess of new beginnings. She is just the shit, period. She is the motherfucking Empress, right? But I feel like this love is going back and forth. But someone here is kind of, I feel like one side is kind of muting it down a little bit. The other side's like, it's off to the races, right? So, this could be long distance, and it's like, it's going to take somebody a little more time than the other to catch up to things where they feel it going. But I feel like they're offering a lot of clarity. There may be a little bit of miscommunication too about the feelings. Like, one may be a little more drier about how they reveal their feelings. Another one may be very passionate. Cancer, water energy, right? Like, tend to be a little more passionate in their energy. We're in our emotions, so we're feeding that out there, right? So the other side may not be in that space. So pay attention to that, and don't get hung up on that just because they don't convey it the same way as you do. So, don't get up in your head. Not too many swords. Lots of cups here. A whole lot of cups. Cups and Pentacles and Wands. Cups, Pentacles, and Wands. So, all right, let's get you guys a card of advice. We got Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries. Could be any sign, really. That inspiration card this week has been popping out of the deck like crazy, right? Like, I feel like whatever the situation was has caused an inspired action for you. I feel somebody coming forward. So softly, softly, the tender touch. It's like I'm hearing I've healed. I've come from the mud. I've come from the murk. I've become part of the lotus. Like, I have healed, and now my words, the things that may be in the past, like I said, this may be a repeating thing somehow, 9 years ago, like, whatever this is. But it's like, I've healed, now hear me speak. hear what I have to say, because things are not the same as they were. So, you know, if this resonates for you, cross watcher, this may be for you. But it's like you've gained a lot of wisdom and insight, where you're carrying forward with you a lot of things that you may have just not recognized or known before. But to me, this is taking, you were inspired to speak. You were inspired to show emotion for the first time in maybe a very, very long time, because the heart space has been shut down. One more card, Spirit, please, for mid-August for Cancer. Faith in the process. And that's what I said, like, slow down. Just give things time to play out. It's not going to happen overnight. And when you get into that space where you're tying yourself to an expectation, you're going to create a letdown that doesn't need to occur. I've got 5 and 5 here, so changes. Be open to the changes that take place as you're being guided through this new birth, guarded vigilante. Not everybody is the same. Not everything is the same. Even if you're dealing with the same person, you got 9 years behind you, you're looking at serious growth there, if that's what they chose to do, if that's what you chose to do. So give it time to just, let things take their course, because even if this is a familiar person to you, we're not the same person we were 5 minutes ago. So give yourself the time, give them the time to respond accordingly. Yes, for some of you, you have absolutely changed. You've also, I'm hearing aged. I got another 5 there, 5, 5, 5, guys. 5s, changes, big changes, right? Allow life to occur within this situation as it's supposed to. Slow down. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So just let it take its course. Let it do its thing for you. Let go of expectation. Hold on to faith. You see her, she's just winging a prayer, literally. Got some birds there and faith. Winging a prayer. Just go with it. Allow it to unfold naturally. There's no point in rushing it, because then you're going to miss some of the most monumental moments that would be beautiful memories to sit on your porch swing at like 100 years old and talk about. So just slow down and just breathe through it. Don't take quick and decisive action just because you feel like you have to make a move in that moment. So I don't know, guys, it's not bad. I like it. It's just slow it down. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated for you guys as well. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and feel free to share and comments as well. It really helps circulate the channel, and it's greatly, greatly appreciated. So there is your mid-August reading, Cancer. I hope you have a blessed evening, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks.